Thank you, Aaron. First thing to get out of the way, some administration. Everybody has in front of them a prepared presentation, which is also up on the screen. Although the presentation is prepared, the remarks are not. So any comments that I make, which I later regret, are mine alone and do not reflect the opinions or views of Loomis Sayles & Company. Okay? Also, given the nature of the unprepared remarks, feel free to interrupt at any time. I think, as Reka indicated in the opening remarks, it's meant to be an interactive forum and to provide an opportunity consistent with the mission of FSO of providing a community and the dialogue that supports the development of understanding and information within that community. This McKinsey & Company calls this the sand time and the change, the shifting sands. And it's very clear that the changes that are going on in our industry over the last 5 years, the changes in the credit market, the emergence of alternative players and products most recently, and the explosion of bandwidth that makes possible to move work anywhere in the world are all causing profound impacts on our industry and on our people. There are very specific threats, and there are also opportunities that go along with that. From my own perspective, I believe that operations and technology people are the best people on earth. They're the people that make stuff happen. They're not the ones that talk, although they talk plenty. They're the ones that get things done. I grew up out of IT, and now I manage operations and well. And I've learned to appreciate the unique talents and skill, the attention to detail, the work ethic, the energy, and the need to get stuff done that drives our collective businesses. So I'm torn because part of my focus over the last 2 decades has been on doing best for my firm, and part of it has been doing best for my people. And you want to find a way to leverage and maximize the value of operations and technology to provide the best possible lever for your firm. And I also want to make sure that I can maximize the earnings and earnings potential of operations and technology people. And the nobility of that is that not for the industry or for the company, but doing that is good for the species. If operations and technology people earn more, it helps the species over time. It's a Darwin effect. And so it is the most noble thing that we can be doing. When I look at the current trend, there are very distinct threats and opportunities by the existing and the emerging service models that Aaron alluded to. McKinsey & Company annually does a benchmarking survey in conjunction with the Institutional Investors U.S. Institute. This is really the summary page that I've seen, I think, on the last 4 years of their analysis. And what they say is that there are basically 4 business models out there for asset management firms. There are firms that are at-scale competitors that have assets under management of between $100 billion, and at this point, I think it's $2.5 trillion. There are multi-boutique firms where you have a collection or portfolio of small asset managers served by a common infrastructure or holding company. And then you have traditional focused asset class competitors, fixed income shops, value equity shops, lately alternative shops, whether it's real estate, hedge funds, or structured products. And then you have that group in the middle that's called stuck in the middle. And the stuck in the middle firms tend to average about 19% profit margin, whereas the winning strategies have almost double the profit margin. Now, this is a great chart from my perspective from Loomis because up until a couple years ago, we were stuck in the middle. By all of the different characteristics that McKinsey measured, we were always stuck in the middle, and we hated the way that they represented that. Because in essence, what they were saying is once you're stuck, you can never get out. These firms eventually get bought, or they go out of business, or they don't last through multiple cycles. Over the last couple of years, we've moved from stuck in the middle to become an at-scale competitor with assets now of about $130 billion. However, the very top of the at-scale competitors are $2.3 trillion.